Hi, Dr. Jeff Banas, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can PR your next marathon, half Ironman, or Ironman race by actually training less. And I'm just going to give you a few workouts that you should try to add into your training program. When we talk about training less for like Ironman, people always have whatever opinion on it. Bottom line is if you train strictly volume, slow and steady, race day, you're going to be slow and steady. And let me ask you this: for the majority of the people when you're doing Ironman, half Ironman, marathon, why do you slow down? Why are you slowed down? Are you slowing down because you're out of breath, you're tired, cardiovascular tired, or are you slowing down because your legs are tired? And I'll say the majority of the people are probably saying they're slowing down because your legs are tired. Okay? So what we need to focus on is try to increase your body's muscle resistance to fatigue. And if you're strictly training volume or for time, I had a client come in last week and she's on a program and she's saying she's on time. So her schedule is to go off and bike 3 hours, 4 hours, what so. And she's a back of the packer. And she's worried about finishing. But if she's constantly just going off and just strictly, how are you going to get fast? If you want to get fast, you got to train faster or higher intensity. Now this doesn't just apply with back of the pack people. This applies to anybody, you know. So maybe you're a top age group athlete, but you're just training volume. I say that's a good thing, bad thing. It's bad because you probably should be doing this other stuff that's good, but you haven't been doing this stuff. So adding this type of workouts in, you'll probably see a big difference. Okay, so let's get right to it. A couple workouts that you need to do to add in. Benefits, they're shorter, but they're higher intensity and they hurt more. Okay, so triathletes are lazy. Ironman people are lazy. What do I mean lazy? Well, it's easy to go off and run 10 miles. It's easy to hop on the bike and just go run. It doesn't take any effort, really. I mean, it takes effort, but it's kind of mindless. Just go. Okay, what we want to do is what we kind of call combining strength with endurance, or specific strength training with endurance training. Okay, so specific strength, that means strength training sport specific. So it's strength training actually maybe done on your bike or strength training done on your run. Okay, and how we do strength training is either with hill work or resistance. Okay. Now we talk about endurance or tempo work. So what we want to do is tempo, higher speed, race pace or above with strength training. Okay? So a simple workout might be running uphill for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a pretty long time. Running up a graded hill or an incline on a treadmill for basically 2 to 1 work rest. Okay? So basically, or basically 1.5 times rest. Okay, so if you run for a minute, you're in a rest for 1.5 minutes. Okay, and you could just apply that. So if you run for 5 minutes, you're resting for maybe 7.5 minutes or somewhere along that line. Okay, so all it could be is you're going to do, let's say, 8 reps of these. Okay, so you're going to go increase elevation up on the treadmill, or you're running up on a hill for 5 minutes. Give yourself about a 7.5, 8 minute rest, and repeat that. And repeat that 8 times. The same thing could be applied on the bike. It could be, you could find a little hill on the bike. Same type of thing. Now, you don't have to make the bike like so intense, but it has to be inclined. You can even just do it by clicking up into your really, really big gears. And go hard for that amount of time. Go really hard. It should hurt, okay? And the goal is focused on, so you covered X amount of distance in that time. So we had you run up the hill for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you need to start off with, and you covered X amount of distance. What you want to do is every time you do that, the next interval, try to complete it in the same time. It makes you work hard, but it also kind of objectifies your progress. Because when you start this, you might do your run and, I don't know, cover X amount of distance, and on your 8th interval, you're not covering as much distance because you're toast, you're tired. Okay? But the next time you do that, once you're able to start completing all those distances, you'll be actually objectify, you're getting stronger, you're getting faster. You are able to maintain that same distance or that same speed off that duration. Okay, and that's really gonna help increasing your body's fatigue to resistance, your muscle fatigue to resistance. So give that a shot. You know, an hour worth of that, it should really smoke you. The idea, it should be intense enough that if I say do 8 intervals, if we'd say, hey, add a 9th one in there, you guys say, no way, I can't do it. I am toast. So train smarter and stop wasting junk miles out there running on bike. Get more specific with that train. Add that into your type of training and come back and post, let me know how it's going. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email.